All right, so what's up, YouTube? I want to talk to you guys about something that one of you sent me from Legion of Men. Shout out to Legion of Men, incredible channel. It's a post that they had, an unfortunate post. It says, Army veteran is driven to suicide by girlfriend and mother of his child after she sent him heinous text messages and a video of her having sex with another man, prosecutors say. So this is something that's actually more common than most people think. It might not go this far, but this kind of shit happens all the time to men. And again, just another extrapolation of this dog shit society that we live in. And you know what frustrates me a lot about this is when this shit happens, or when these trashy, low-life, heartless scum women do stuff like this, which it's more common than you think, like I said. What do we say to the men most of the time? What we end up saying most of the time is, get over it, be a man. I'm sure a lot of people are shaming him for what he did. I mean, rightfully so to some degree, because you should never, George Bruno, great channel as well, said something along the lines of, never give permanent solutions to temporary problems. I'm paraphrasing something like that. I've heard him say about this. Like, don't do anything permanent for a temporary problem like this. At the time, it doesn't feel temporary, but it is. And as a society, we tend to just shame men like this, tell them to get over it, got to be stronger than that. And I get it. I get that. But here's the problem. Why are we not shaming women for this more? And don't even tell me that we do, because some people do. But I'm willing to bet even this woman's not going to be shamed by at least her peers. I mean, I knew a kid that used to go to my gym. 15-year-old kid. This was in probably 2016, maybe 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. Young kid, was at the local high school dating a girl. Great kid too. Handsome, good physique. Had the whole world was at his fingertips. Future ahead of him. His girl did the same thing. She sent him a video of, I don't know what the video was specifically, but it was her cheating. Sending it to him during a fight. He took it to heart. He was crazy about this girl. He ended up doing the same thing. He offed himself. And, you know, I never did find out who the girl was. I didn't know his girlfriend, of course. I didn't know who this girl was. But I remember thinking to myself, my Lord, man. That's a level of sad that's just takes the wind out of your sails. And again, for some, excuse my language, fucked up reason, a lot of women think this shit's cute. A lot of women think this is cute to do stuff like this. Like, not to mention just the acceptance of cheating either on a micro level or a massive level like this in our society with most women. And don't give me the bullshit about guys do it too. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of talking about this stuff, and I get a lot of people in my comments still. Men do it too. Men cheat too. I don't give a shit. My channel is for men. There's some women that view my videos as well. Thankful they're here. I want them to be here. Get good input from them. But this channel is directed towards men. I'm worried about helping men. I'm worried about motivating men. I'm worried about, reminding my fellow men that things that, better days are coming. Because more men need to hear that. A lot of men today don't feel like better days are coming. A lot of men are very defeated. And instead of just shaming them, I want to try to motivate them in any way that I can that's positive. And one of the ways I can do that is to point out shit like this. And the fact that even a lot of women that you guys think are good women, I got a good one. She's capable of this bullshit too. And again, I hate to be negative. I hate to be the bearer of bad news because I don't want to have a doom and gloom attitude. But a lot of guys watching this right now that are in healthy relationships, a lot of you guys are having shit go on behind your back that you either don't know about yet or you might never find out about. That's the truth. That's the truth. And I'm not saying I hate women. I'm not saying all women are bad. I'm saying we live in a society now where for whatever reason, the majority of our women have really embraced filth and garbage and degeneracy and debauchery and all of it. They've embraced it, and they're continuing to embrace it more and more. What have I said before? Women are massive followers. They follow pop culture. They follow music, lockstep. They follow it. Whatever the culture of the music that they're into goes to, they do. Let's be honest. Hip-hop culture is what is the mainstream everything right now, and it's pure garbage. And I listen to some of it, and I'll tell you, it's pure garbage. Same thing with, movies and television and all of it. We are normalizing filth. We are normalizing behavior that shouldn't be normalized. And it's mainly targeted towards, let me rephrase that. And the shame of it is targeted towards men. So like I've said 1,000 times, for some reason now we're in a society where men are being told to play by these old set of rules, be a gentleman, overlook her past, overlook everything she does because you got to be strong, you got to be stoic, you got to be all this shit. Yet we're telling women that they can act worse than ever before, and we're actually telling the men that they're insecure if they try to call it out. We are being destroyed by design. Let's be honest. I'm not going to go down too much of a rabbit hole right now because I just got off work. I'm still in my dirty work clothes. It's still dirty from work. But I really think it's fair to say that at least it looks like we're being destroyed by design. That's a safe thing to say. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but this is just outright silly. It's outright silly. And when we live in a world where women less and less feel bad for shit like this, it's the beginning of the end. And I don't want it to be. I think there's always hope. I don't want to say there's no hope, but I'll tell you this much. You can't have the basic fundamental principles of man, woman, marriage, children, happy, healthy family. You can't have that if half of it is embracing debauchery and behaving like this, on a regular basis. And if it's not like a regular basis, if you want to argue with me about that, then it's at least growing. Like a spill on a table, it's spreading more and more. Like I've said before, I talk to these young men at my local gym that are in high school, and these guys tell me all the time shit that just makes me want to puke. About the girls in their high school bragging about sleeping with 30 men, 50 men, 100 men already in high school, bro. In high school. You guys want to talk about these 50, 60-year-olds wanting to date 21-year-olds. 21-year-olds aren't even pure anymore. 25-year-olds aren't even pure anymore. It shouldn't be too much to ask for a woman to be, like I've said before, have remotely understandable, body count, have remotely feminine interests and hobbies. What the hell is going on here, man? What is going on here? Well, you got men, offing themselves because they're falling in love with women that are doing shit like this. I bet you if you asked this man when he met this woman, he never thought she was capable of it. He never thought in his wildest dreams she was going to do this and cheat on him and film it and send it to him to stab him in the back and to crush his soul in a torturous way. You think he would have married her? You think he would have dated her if he thought she was capable of that? Again, not trying to bash women at all and be negative, but you guys need to understand something. More and more today, for whatever reason, the way our society is becoming, women are not only capable of this, they're actually feeling encouraged to do this, and they're being championed by their peers to do this and act like this. And worse than that, you might not even get the bad video to prove it. You might not even know. You might be married to a woman right now or dating a woman that you think is so swell, yet a month ago, 2 months ago, a week ago, she did God knows what with God knows who. What do we even do now as men? What do we do? And this is what I've said before. A lot of you trad cons get mad at me when I say this. Even though I'm morally against it, what makes the most sense is to just be a lion-ass snake and, friends with benefits, get your hookups, say what they want to hear just to get what you want, and then laugh all the way home because you lied. Even in Seattle with these goofy far-left women that I see out here on these dating apps and stuff, my best option is to just play along with them and get what I want, make them think I agree with them, get what I want, and just laugh all the way home. Again, I'm morally against that, so don't come after me. But I'm saying if you really want to step back and look at this like a business decision without your emotions storming up your judgment, why would you even trust anymore, man? When we have a society that promotes women to act and be more trashy than ever, while still telling men that they have to overlook it, they have to still be a gentleman, they have to be honest, and they have to accept this bad behavior, or else they're controlling and they're the crazy ones. Do you guys not see how twisted this is? And again, let me say again, I like the idea of love. I like the idea of the traditional family and all that stuff. I like that. We need that. We need more children in our society. We need more families, healthy families. But goddamn, man, how are we going to get it when we're producing women that are following trashy music, trashy culture, trashy idols, and they're not only accepting this stuff, they're embracing it and being championed for it by their peers. That's why so many men now are just walking away, because you can't even get through to these women, most of them. You can't even get through to them. And the ones that do seem good, like I said, are just the women that aren't as hot anymore. They don't have the leverage anymore. So now they hit 35, 40 years old, and they go on these dating apps like we always talk about. I'm looking for a good man. I'm looking for a husband. My person. I'm looking for my person, which means I've done everything with everyone, and now I want to play the traditional housewife being taken care of by some guy that's busted his ass and built an amazing life for himself. Because let's be honest, even those women that are over the hill, for lack of a better term that might offend you, they're over the hill, they're past their prime, their looks have faded, they got a massive high body count with massive baggage, they still think they're entitled to some top tier guy. That's the funniest of it all. They're still entitled to a top tier guy. That story really pissed me off, man. Probably a decent man, a good man. You know, he's a veteran. And he offs himself because this woman just has to crush his soul like this. Do the unthinkable and rub it in his face. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, man. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be doom and gloom. But I'll tell you this much. I sure as hell understand where the people are coming from that do feel that way. I said a rant about that.